Have you got a tattoo session coming up and you want to know how to physically prepare your body for the procedure? Stay tuned for tips and more. Hey guys, I'm HayleeTattooer and this is Tattoo Talk. So in this video I'm going to talk you through some tips on how to physically prepare yourself and your body for a tattoo session, small or large. But first of all, I want to tackle a couple of myths relating to weight and preparation. So myth number one is that tattoos hurt more if you're skinny. Not true. A person that is of a low body fat may feel a little bit more vibration around bony areas, but that doesn't equate to more pain. With skinny people and overweight people or regular sized people, it's all going to be roughly the same amount of pain. Your nerve endings are in the same places, they are the same distance from the surface regardless of body fat. There's the same amount of pain involved. So I quite often hear my clients saying things like, oh wow, I wish I wasn't so skinny, it probably wouldn't hurt as much. Not true. So don't worry about trying to beef up for your tattoo session. The second myth is that the tattoos will warp significantly if you lose weight. So the only thing that you really need to be worried about with this is if you're planning on losing a significant amount of weight, over maybe 50 kilos worth of body fat. So in this instance, you may be left with excess skin, and if you do choose to have that skin removed, you have to take into consideration the placement of your tattoos because areas may need to be removed. So in the case of a tummy tuck, it would be the lower stomach. In the case of like an arm lift, maybe in here you would lose a little bit of skin, in the inner thighs with leg lift, that kind of thing. That is the only way that a tattoo would be significantly warped if you lost weight. I've had clients fluctuate sort of up to 50 kilos worth of weight and the tattoos will grow and shrink with you. So I do hear a lot of people saying, oh, I'd love to get a sleeve tattoo, but I'm way too big for that. If I lost weight, it would look terrible. It won't. It will grow and shrink with you. And other people tend to think that they should wait to get a tattoo until they are their ideal weight, but there isn't a reason to wait. Like, it's going to look good on you no matter what. If anything, it's going to flatter all different styles of bodies if your tattoo artist designs it to suit your body. So don't worry about losing weight before you get tattooed unless it's going to be a significant amount of weight. That aside, here are a couple of process tips that I advise. So to prepare your skin leading up to a tattoo appointment, it's just great to take generally good care of your skin. So stay hydrated, moisturize your skin. You can exfoliate here and there if you think that that's going to make a difference, like especially on elbows and knees. That way, when you get to your tattoo appointment, it's nice and supple and it should take the ink a little bit more easily than if you were seriously sun damaged and had dry, leathery skin. So do a little bit of prep work with your skin, maybe in the 2 weeks or so leading up to your appointment. A little side note too, you should probably, if you've got moles or anything that looks like it could possibly develop into a skin cancer, get those checked before your tattoo appointment, because once you have a tattoo over it, a lot of tattoo artists will go around moles and not directly over them, but anyway, it makes it very, very difficult to notice changes in moles and also for skin specialists to check them once there's a tattoo over it. So it is worth getting an area checked if you are prone to moles or skin cancers. It's also a good idea just to take care of your general health leading up to a tattoo, especially if it is a big one. Just eating well, sleeping well, just supporting your immune system, because at the end of the day, you are breaking your skin, and if it's a large tattoo and it's covering a large area of your skin, it's going to require your immune system to kick in to heal it up. And if your immune system is already damaged or busy, then it can just create extra work. So just good general health. Please don't drink or take illicit drugs in the lead up to your tattoo appointment, especially close to your tattoo appointment. Not only does it make it a little bit difficult with us, and you could also get turned away from your appointment, but it's not a good way to support your mental preparation either. And you also could just make really bad decisions. So on the day of your tattoo appointment, definitely take a shower. You are in the close personal space of your tattoo artist. We would love it if you could take a shower and brush your teeth and apply deodorant, because we take that courtesy for you, I hope, and it would be nice, you know, just because we're right up in your personal space, especially if we're right up in your armpit or right up in your chest, that kind of thing, you know, that's just a little bit of consideration. But it's also good to come to your tattoo appointment clean. If you can shave the area or at least clipper the area, your artist will shave it if you don't get a chance, but it is helpful, especially if you are a hairy person, to try and take care and knock down some of that hair in the lead up to your appointment. So shaving on the day of the appointment, or I think a lot of people tend to use, a lot of men and women, but men weirdly, like to use hair removal cream. Unless if you've used it before and you know that you've got good results, that's fine, but probably don't do anything on the day of the appointment that could leave you with like a rash or a burn. So no waxing on the day of the appointment. Make that the day before or a couple of days before. But yeah, if you can get rid of hair, that takes one step out of our process. Eat a good breakfast. I cannot emphasize this enough. A coffee by itself does not count. You need to prepare your body, your blood sugar levels, you want them to be stable, so eat a nice balanced breakfast, a couple of carbohydrates in there to keep you going. Nothing too sugary or nothing that's going to cause you to sort of spike and crash. You need to sit still, but you also need to be able to mentally sort of get through, especially if it's a very long appointment. So just make sure you have a good quality breakfast. You can definitely also bring a drink with you and maybe some lollies or candy or something sweet. A lot of tattoo parlors don't let you eat in the procedure area, but artists will allow you to bring lollies and that kind of thing just to keep your sugar intake sort of balanced and keep you going steady throughout the appointment. It is also important to wear appropriate clothing. We physically need to be able to get to the area. So if you're a girl and you're getting a tattoo on your upper thigh and you're wearing jeans, it can make it very awkward to kind of get to that area if you're not wearing appropriate clothing. The best clothing to wear is kind of like loose, flowy, stretchy, dark colored clothing so that you can sort of pull it up out of the way of wherever you're getting tattooed, and it's not going to kind of keep creeping down over the tattoo and wearing the stencil off, and the artist is going to have to keep moving it, or you know, if you're going to be uncomfortable with that area exposed, just take those things into consideration. Guys, if you're getting leg tattoos, wear some nice stretchy exercise pants. Girls, if you're getting leg tattoos, perhaps wear stretchy pants that you can pull up over your tattoos, or a flowy skirt where you can, you know, pull it up in one area but keep the rest of you covered. Appropriate bras and underwear, and dark clothing, because if you wear something light colored to a tattoo appointment, chances are you may get ink on it, and ink is really difficult to get out of clothes. Another way to physically prepare is to obtain your aftercare product in advance. Especially after a big sitting, you probably don't really feel like popping down to the pharmacy and getting creams if your tattoo studio doesn't supply creams already. So just go and grab a tube of whatever you're going to use beforehand, or go on the internet and order it beforehand. Same with your numbing cream. If you're going to numb, check with your artist first. If they don't supply it, you're going to have to obtain it yourself, so you need to order that in advance, just so that, you know, you're prepared, especially with your cream, and you can just go home and start the aftercare straight away. So a little section on numbing. I am going to do eventually a whole video just about numbing, but a little tip for preparation of numbing is to read the instructions on the cream that you use. If it's something that you need to put on prior to your appointment, and a lot of creams take sort of 30 minutes to an hour, even up to 2 hours to actually work. So you're going to need to be putting them on before your tattoo appointment. Don't forget to check with your artist whether or not they're happy for you to use numbing creams and what numbing creams are safe to use. But an example is, say if you're going to use a product like Dr. Numb, it does require you to first clean and shave the area, and then perhaps 1 hour prior to the appointment, you put on a layer, rub it in, put on a nice thick layer, and cover it with a Glad wrap or cling film or cling wrap, whatever you guys call it. Cover the entire area, wrap it well. If the wrap moves, that area is probably not going to be numb, because the cling wrap is to keep your body heat in, and that is what activates the cream. So that's just an example example, make sure you read your instructions, and if you're still not sure, talk to your artist and they will give you proper instructions on how to use your numbing supplies. So there's a few ways for you to physically prepare yourself and your body for your tattoo appointment. If you have any other questions about how to prepare or questions about anything tattoo related, please pop them down in the comments and I will address them in a future video. Also, don't forget to pop over to my Instagram account, HayleeTattooer, to see some of my work and some of my experiences, and you can like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.